right, here we go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Marvel Future Fight V740 update live stream. This time's content will be Marvel Studios' Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings and Agents of Atlas. Thank you all for joining me here today. I appreciate those of you who have already answered the questions we've asked the audience before the stream started. And if
Kim
you
looking
would like
lovely
to
as
answer those,
ever.
you might even see your questions read on the air by myself and my friend Cage. And thank you to those of you who checked out the previous V730 3099 Armor Wars with War Machine mid-month update. This month, again, as I mentioned, we are focusing on an update inspired by Marvel Studios' Shang-Chi and Legends of the Ten Rings, which just came out. Very exciting.
I don't know,
with
man.
Agents
I
of
don't know.
Atlas. So we have uniforms for Shang-Chi, Swordmaster, Arrow, Wave, and new characters Katie and Wenwu. There will also be new game modes that we are going to be revealing and talking about here. And good news, there will be stream rewards in this live stream you can earn by doing what you're doing now. And that is just watching. That's all you have to do. Stick to the very end of the live stream, and I will reveal what the code is and how you can redeem it to receive an in-game item. All right, well, let's get to it. But first, a very fast video, and we'll be back with my friend Cage.
This looks awesome. Instinct dodge, huh? All right.
Wow. Just a lot to.
All
right, you
guys. There's a lot to take in with just that market video alone. I like
so, hello, Kim, and hello, the overlay that they're using. It looks pretty cool. Good job, guys.
The game currently is in mainnets right now, and you guys are so excited to get back in. And in the meantime, you just have us, and we're going to walk you through all the different content we have, so that you can something to look forward to when you guys are.
I love that Cage has got the jacket on.
Just the creative team for helping us create.
Check that out.
The overlays and all this, just everything.
Sick.
They did
Good
a great
job, Cage.
Alluding to the theme of the update, which is of course Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which is in theaters. Don't forget to check it out if you haven't had the chance. Like myself, become a fan.
And it's nice. I would love to have a jacket like that.
That's what the update's all about.
About to say, looking stylish.
Thank you. I would say after seeing the film, I felt inspired to wanted to step up my game during this stream. So that's what we're gonna do.
Look like your new favorite hero. I like it. I like it a lot.
I
also
too.
like how you got the the rings going on behind you.
Yeah.
Like I said, the creative team did just a great work, just creating all of this. So like I said again, just a shout out to all the hardworking team members out there.
Absolutely.
And of course, you can't see him right now, but our tech guy is also doing a great job. He's currently rearranging the lighting right now.
Yeah, I noticed it immediately.
He's doing a great job to make sure everybody's going to have a great time with both this show and the update itself when it goes live again. So that's why we're here.
All right. Well, very good. Looking good, Cage. We have a lot of good stuff to talk about. But first, let's get into the first question that we asked viewers today. And that is, what are some characters you'd like to see T3'd in future updates?
Hey Centipede, what's up? He looks like Michael Jackson. Oh, he does, doesn't he? He does. It does look like my Michael Jackson jacket.
I really like Dr. Voodoo. Of course,
funny.
He has powers. He has stepped in before for Doctor Strange. I personally have a very strong affinity to the city of New Orleans and that area of Louisiana. So he's kind of a nice reminder of that. Let's see.
Someone tried mugging me in New Orleans once.
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
Okay, let me just pull this up.
When I was like 17 years old.
Shotzi, please forgive me if I mispronounced your name, says, I would like White Fox to get a T3 or a Transcendent. Let's see. Sheldon Bone says, Magic is awesome and super strong. Please make her great. And then there's a really cute smiley emoji.
Hey, thank you for following, Reggie.
It's very sweet. John Henry Holiday says, we need Adam Warlock, Uni, and T3. He's so long forgotten.
No kidding.
Powerful.
Classic character. I understand that.
No kidding.
Yeah. I mean,
Native tier 2 that's trash.
Dallas Michaels
Been
says
trash
bring
since the
Emma
beginning.
Frost T3 with a Hellfire
Oh, Emma.
Please, I beg you guys. That just reminded me.
Oh my God. Someone's speaking my language.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's
The
going
gala?
across.
They'd probably ruin her.
Those fashion looks, Cage, they'd
ruin
are
Emma.
gorgeous. From
No,
the
I will
comic.
say that for sure. I've seen several players ask for Emma Frost for sure. But one thing I do 100% agree on, yeah, the Hellfire Gala update, that would be a fantastic thing to see.
Oh, that's such a good idea. Now I want it. Now I want to change my answer.
Black Panther rework. Oh my God. Yeah, I think everybody would like that, Centipede. I think everybody would like that.
Snow T3, please.
Oh, Luna Snow actually is T3.
Justice for Werewolf.
Well.
Oh, Juggernaut would be sick.
But you still just need to just get out there and just gotta get those T3 materials.
I mean, he's not the only one. Scarlet YW also says T3 Emma Frost with 2 diamond emojis.
She has a big fan club.
Yeah, everybody loves Emma.
Emoji choice.
He's an awesome character, man.
Emma.
He's massive waifu.
Let's see, Ultron T3 from Daniel.
Ultron be dope.
My name is Killer Jack 1789 says no.
What's up, Adam?
T3.
How you doing, buddy?
There's one more. Donald Stetzel says T3 for Sabretooth.
Sabretooth. Wow.
So yeah.
Don't see too many requests for Sabretooth. So yeah, good on you for that.
That's a good one.
I would say I myself kind of piqued my dream because my favorite character as when I was younger was definitely Venom, and Venom actually did receive it.
Pretty good, Adam. A little tired. Just woke up, haven't slept a whole lot. We gotta watch this.
She didn't get T3, but
Curiosity is
screaming there as well was just
you know, if we got a Sabretooth tier 3 update, honestly, then maybe there'd be a good chance that Wolverine might actually get something good.
I don't think you have. You just got the character you wish for. There's still a lot to come.
Tier 3 Peter Porker.
Got a lot to come because now is actually time for the showcase of new uniforms.
That's right.
Wasn't that flawless?
Let's take a look at them.
Brilliant transition. Thank you, Kim. This is why they pay you the big bucks. So currently we have, of course, we're going to go and jump straight into the TV character you guys want to see, which is who is the star of this update. But before we get to him, let's jump straight into the new characters that were added in this update. Starting with Katie.
All right.
So Kim, what can you tell us about Katie in this look?
Let me shrink this down a little bit.
You and I agreed that we would not be spoiling Shang-Chi at all.
That is true.
Stream. So you can watch the stream and not worry about that, at least from us. I have committed to not spoiling anything, but Katie is actually Shang-Chi's very old, good friend. And that's about as far as I can go with that.
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, because of it, we're keeping it a spoiler-free stream. We're going to be very limited on, of course, of the background information that we can share. So with that said, we're just going to jump straight into the skills that make Katie, Katie. And before I jump into that, unique thing in terms of passive skills, something that's helpful is her leadership skill, which is the perfect teamwork. It provides Shang-Chi a 60% buff to his basic attack. So she's definitely going to be.
Hey, Vegan, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Also, I might end up mispronouncing his name. Apparently it is Shang-Chi, so I'll make sure I get that correct.
Well, you're learning, and I appreciate the effort.
Thank you. And here we have Katie. She's all set to go. She is a speed superhero, if you haven't figured that out already. So we'll go ahead and start with her skill number 1, which is the quick blow.
Okay.
She just jumps up in the air.
I mean, the thing about Katie and Wenwu right now is neither one of them have transcended tier 3s.
Arrows. Let's see how this goes.
Whoa.
I lost count.
It's nice. It's nice.
I could not count them. There were so many.
I think that makes it appropriately named. As you can see, this as well. This countless barrage of arrows does at least 30% bleed damage for every second that this skill is active.
Oh, does it?
Now let's hit up skill
bleed
number 3.
actually do damage?
These guys over here.
Bleed's useful.
Oh, nice.
You get a nice little buff there. Let's take a look at that again. This is the Promise of Justice.
6 seconds of immunity.
Damage immunity while also increasing your basic attack.
Do like justice.
Gonna move on over here to one of my personal.
She got good movement
skills.
speed.
So this is the powerful arrow. So take a look at this. So what's interesting about this skill, this is a skill that can actually be better implemented by pushing and holding the skill. So take a look at the arrow as I use the skill over here. So how far does the arrow go? You can see
I do like that
Whoa.
she's
so
retracting
if I'm gonna
the
actually
bow
push and hold the skill,
like more as she's
let's follow how
charging.
far this
That's
arrow
pretty
goes.
cool. I do like that.
That's right.
Oh, hey.
By pushing
Because
and holding
then
the
you
skill,
actually
this
feel
arrow
like
actually
you're
goes
pulling the
through,
bow.
past the
That's
map
pretty
and
cool.
beyond. So that, like I said, by pushing and tapping the skill, it provides
Yeah,
more of a
I
buff
like
there.
that. I like
deals
that.
up to 50% bleed damage for every second that is active, paralysis, briefly ignoring your target's immunity, along with a chance to penetrate their super armor and increasing your
Well,
overall
I'd hope
basic
she's
attack
not chunky.
and defenses.
Did you mention before that this is not exactly the live build?
So that's a quick note here. Of course, players notice something a little bit different about this stream is that the patch notes are actually also live currently on the forum. So something to keep notice, some of the information that we may share here may differ from the information that's currently on the patch notes, and then it might even differ from the live build itself as information continues and stats continue to be changed over time. So just keep that in mind. So some of the information we may share may end up being a little bit different.
Be jumping away from it,
later on tonight. So just to keep that in mind.
Unfortunately.
Do a little refresh.
Yo,
here.
Insprix, how you doing, buddy?
All right, let's move on to skill 5. Did I say skill 5? Yes, this is skill 5, which is the storm shooting.
Remind you of anybody? Does that remind you of anybody?
Yep, we're gonna try that again. Move on to these.
We've
guys
seen
over
the
here.
bow thing
She fired
before.
a few shots in the air and it just rains down from above. Again, this is another stunning attack that causes bleed damage. At the same time, it also decreases your enemy's defense.
It's got a good amount of lingering damage.
So it makes this skill actually more interesting. We're actually going to move on to the dev notes and see what they have to say because they elaborate more on this skill. It is the skill 5 arrows, which we just performed, will continue to rain even if you cancel. It is then best to use skill 4 to obtain the penetration buff or combine it with other skills.
That's good. Okay.
Let's go ahead and take a look at that with other skills. So we're going to fire it once. Just another skill.
And you got a nice delay, so that'd be fairly proc friendly.
Regardless of the skill I use, the arrows continue to rain down, so it allows us to come up with different combinations of skills.
Okay.
While also
Hawkeye, his daughter.
So
I don't think this is his daughter, but
skill
yeah.
3 cancel,
I get what you
5
mean.
Cancel after shooting the arrow in the sky, and then full charge. Let's try it.
Okay.
Skill 3, get that buff. I'm aiming the wrong direction. Let's try that again.
I do like the fact that,
I don't mean to alarm you, but my
she
cat
seems
is
like
in
she
the
might be
room.
proc
Oh
friendly.
no, the cat's in the room. You have a surprise. Yes, hello, cat. What is your cat's name again?
Hey, break out your cat.
Her name is Minnie, but
Aw,
yeah,
Minnie.
maybe
Break
she
out
will
your
come on
cat.
screen.
Okay,
And we wanna see it.
little guest
Or her.
star. Nothing wrong
You
with
and
that.
I were talking before, and I was like, no, the cat won't show up. And yeah, okay.
There's nothing wrong with a little guest appearance from a cat. Everyone knows that. She's more than
Exactly.
welcome.
I agree, Cage. I
Anyway,
agree.
that does it
I
for
want to
Katie.
focus on our next character, actually.
All right.
Thank you, Cage.
So we're gonna move on to our next character, which is
It did, didn't it,
the
Vigan?
fearsome Wenwu.
It did sound weird.
Yes. And I'm really not sure how to describe him without spoiling anything. But Wenwu is a very powerful adversary. And Cage, maybe you can describe him.
I haven't watched the movie,
Again,
so
it's difficult to say anything without going
please don't spoil anything.
dwelling into spoiler territory, but we can say he is the fearsome warrior and leader of the Ten Rings organization, and he's a fitting antagonist to the protagonist, which is Shang-Chi, which we'll get to later. But let's focus on some of the unique things, what makes his character unique. For example, for his one of his passive skills, the Agent Leader, villain allies that are given a debuff actually will have all debuffs removed and given a 10% recovery to their max HP. For his tier 2 Will of the Ten Rings, he gets a superpower. He gets super armor, which grants a 5%
cool.
defense to his 5% buff to his defense. In addition, he is given a 30%
looks good.
buff to his skill damage and 20%
Lots of
buff
detail
to
in his
bonus
outfit.
damage.
He looks good.
Whoa.
And just that
He looks
animation alone,
powerful.
yeah, he is powerful, as you
Yeah,
would be
I do-
when you have the 10
Well, if he
rings.
does, I mean, right now he's not gonna be. He
looks
might be
cool, too,
strong,
with
but
his black.
you know, until he gets
maybe
his
a
tier
little
3,
blue.
Black is
Or
Transcended,
Black is always
most
good.
a lot of players won't be able to
Yeah.
use him,
So with this take out
except for
Alright.
like
the active
Shadowland.
skills. Moving on to skill 1. It's pretty neat. Check it again. This is the
Yeah.
Sinister Strike.
Yeah, I gotta wait for the
Stunning
movie to
attack
come out
that
when it
deals
starts
up to
streaming too.
100% of your energy damage.
45 days in the theaters.
All right, move on to this group over here. For skill number
Sucks.
2, Dark Violence.
Don't want to wait, but don't really have much choice, you know, due to the
And what's just so
lockdown.
neat is just when you do the skills, if you pay attention, you can actually see just the way the rings are orchestrated.
Pretty cool,
around
man.
him
Yeah,
and
you
just
can see the rings
just being
floating around.
used,
That's pretty cool.
Used on his enemies.
I mean, I don't know how good that skill's gonna be.
Oh,
Probably not
man.
very good. It's a
Just
Shadowland
an
thing.
energy-based energy attack. Then move on to skill
I really
3.
like when he runs too.
So what makes this skill unique is that similar to Katie's ability, this is another skill that actually you can use.
You
to
still haven't seen
charge
Black
up.
Widow? I
Let's see.
definitely watched that.
By charging up, you can also see that you were given an HP increase, or you can recover HP.
Nice. Yeah, he has a couple ways to do that, huh?
Yeah, this is a stunning attack that grants you 15% of your HP, while also guarding against several hits as well.
I love an HP.
Dude can run, man.
Most people do.
Jesus.
Moving on to skill 4,
no,
which
I
is...
tend to need it.
That's skill 3 again. We're going to go ahead and move on to skill number 4, which is the Warlord's Threat.
It kind of reminds you like a
threatening.
wild gambit,
Just,
doesn't it? With
just
except
that
rings instead of
skill alone
cards.
on for a good amount of time. Let's take a look at it again.
It's
I
pretty
would say
sick.
it's more than a threat. Truly.
It's pretty sick.
This is a skill that decreases your enemy's basic defenses while increasing your overall basic attack and defense and more. That attack goes on for quite a while, and as you can see, as I'm moving around, the skill actually follows
That's
along
pretty
with me.
cool. That's pretty
Take a
cool.
look at
I
one more
like it.
time, 'cause this is actually the first time I noticed that too. Get enemy's defense, so I can move about the field, and this attack
Have
goes
your
along
own
with me.
personal bubble.
And yep, anybody who's hit gets their defense decreased. Now we're gonna move on to skill number 5, which is absolute control. A lot of very powerful, potent sounding names. Let's check it.
Okay, got
So what I like about
invincibility.
this
Right?
skill is a lot of his other skills are more. He's which is why I appreciate about the character, that he is a character who's both combined as both combat and a little bit and blast as well. So his other attacks are more ranged, while this specific attack is actually close ranged. Again, this is another stunning attack which causes incapacitation with an 80% chance to penetrate your enemy's defense. You can see he just moves in and just
It could be Jackie, yeah.
barrage of just damage.
Good break, guard break community,
Right,
yeah.
just gonna move on. I'm gonna reset this real
Good.
quick.
He looks
We're gonna
more
move
like a
on to what
PvP
the
character in
developers
those
notes
patch
say.
notes.
Most of Wenwu's attacks utilize the 10 rings, extending his attack range despite being a martial artist, as it was mentioned before.
I see this.
Skills 3 and 4 scatters the 10 rings to attack while gaining a buff. Skill 5 does not use the 10 rings and attacks enemies only with martial arts. Therefore, it is best to use skill 4 first to use as a buff.
Then the
So for the
5.
recommended skill combinations, I recommend
To
4,
get all that lingering
4
damage
and
from the
5,
4.
or 3 and 5. Let's test
Yeah.
it. Let's get that buff from 4 and use 5.
He does a little hit with the 4 there, so we'll see how proc friendly he's going to be.
While that's going on, skill 4 is still going out and doing damage. Now let's test 3 and 5. Ah, that was weak. Let's push and hold the skill, and then use 5.
Ugh, I hate charge skills.
Nice. And that is the fearsome Wenwu leader, appropriately titled the leader of the 10 rings.
Yeah, he is intimidating, I will say. I don't want to be having him not on my team. Shang-Chi has his work cut out for him, truly.
He does. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the star of the update himself, and that is Shang-Chi. So you have Shang-Chi here looking all fine and dandy. We'll say I do like his
jacket.
It's a very stylish look, and it's made out of a special material, which you'll have to watch for in the film. I got to say, I loved it. I appreciated it so much. I had to pick up a jacket that was similar. So, that said, what can you tell us about Shang-Chi, the master of Kung Fu?
Well, without spoiling anything, he is a master of hand-to-hand combat and a skilled martial artist who has trained from a young age.
Yeah.
That's right. Some of the unique...
That's as far as we can go.
It's very difficult, especially with the movie out. We want to make sure people will be able to enjoy it and not have to worry about content being spoiled. So as
I haven't even seen it yet, so for me...
It's going to be hard not to get spoiled.
I gotta look out for my own as well. So for the uniform itself, some of the perks that come with this just with this uniform alone is that skill damage has been increased to 35%, and bonus damage is 25%. And basic damage received any basic damage that you yourself receive is given a 40% decrease. So just that alone for
same
uniform
in the patch
is
notes.
pretty good.
That's pretty awesome.
I love his fighting stance.
For his passive skill changes, the Chi Reflect has been renamed to Flowing Strikes, and when using Flying Kick, which is skill 1, we'll go more into that later. When Flying Kick, skill number 1 is used, cooldown for the Staff of Punishment, skill 5, is reset. So that allows you to keep going on doing those attacks. Hence the Flowing Strikes passive skill.
Yeah, Bacon. Yeah.
Very good.
Right, that looks good close up. Now let's see the skills.
Let's check them out, man.
I love the way these
Shang-Chi might be a
movie
bad
inspired uniforms
mofo.
look.
I like those animations.
Yeah, very true to to the film that they're based on.
And of course, he can
We're gonna do
run.
skill
Look
number
at him
one. He's been
go.
given all new skills. So let's take a look at skill number 1, which I mentioned, which is the flying kick.
All right, that's the skill that's going to reset that 5.
Yeah, pretty basic. Nothing too fancy there, but the visuals are just always nice to see. Skill number 2.
Okay.
Nice.
Good use of the special staff there. This is the bow staff strike, which causes paralysis.
Well,
Pretty nice. Groups, you
sort
like how
them all
also
to one
just
side.
groups them all together. Come back to this group here for skill 3. As you can see, this is more of a buff.
It does
buff
look
skill.
cool. The third does look cool.
This is the Master's counterattack. This skill, what makes this unique also is that it can actually target foes with the ignore targeting effect active.
Oh.
So you just kind of
I ignore your ignore.
I'm hearing PvP. I'm hearing
channels the attack and then goes for the
PvP.
strike.
Hopefully he's well-rounded. I hope he isn't just like, you know, just for
Also good
PvP
to
or
note is
PvE.
also what makes this skill helpful is that it also recovers HP and reflects a percentage of their of the damage received. And this is also regardless of the enemy's defense. So that's enough of that. Let's move to skill number 4.
Oh, that's pretty
You
cool.
see
I
the
like it.
discipline he uses in this attack as he concentrates. each and every
Nice
single
little
strike
elbow
with purpose.
there. Nice.
Is this endless attack?
That's right. This is the endless attack, which, as you can see, it's an incapacitating barrage of attack that
Lots of
ignores 100%
impact in
of your
those
enemies,
punches
ignore-
and kicks he's doing there. It's pretty cool.
Ignore dodge rate, my mistake. Move on to skill 5. This is the Staff of Punishment. It's another stunning attack that causes actual burn damage while granting a 30% buff to your overall attack and defense and more.
Nice.
Lots of hits. And that's something to think about because he's going to have that
Now
90%
we're
chain
here for
hit
the main
damage from
event,
his
as you
tier
can see.
3.
Of course, as it was
That's
clear
a lot
in
of
our
hits
first
in that
teaser,
fifth skill.
Shang-Chi receives his T3 ultimate skill.
I'm ready.
I love this.
Oh, cool.
I'm not going to lie. I think this looks cool.
Nice.
The name of this skill is Tranquil Focus. So what makes this skill unique as opposed to other T3s which you've seen in the past is that this skill is more of a very potent buff. So let me go into the list. There are many things to share about this particular skill, but
It doesn't do any
we don't
hits,
wanna list all of
so
them
I'm
very-
hoping he
very
will be
with too many
prop friendly.
stats.
You know,
So
we'll see.
just for starters, it grants you full HP. Chain hit damage receives a high percentage increase when attacking. You'll also be able to attack enemies with the ignore targeting effect active for a brief period of time, while also dealing an increase in all basic attack and by 90%, and it'll increase your attack by 90% for a brief period of time.
Sweet.
And again, some of the stats I say may actually be inaccurate, or they may be off by a little bit. Again, as you mentioned, some of the
lovely
stats
tier
end up
3,
changing
man.
over time.
Pretty
At
awesome.
the time, we currently have for these current notes these are the current effects, and that does it.
I like
for
how he's got the-
so, Shang-Chi.
The
Yay.
dragon. It looks
Oh,
like a
we have
dragon
In
that's going
theaters
around him.
only.
That's right. But of course, as you mentioned, Kim, we have another team that actually receives an update as well.
That's right.
All right.
And that
Let's
is
move on
the
to them.
Agents of Atlas. So of course, this wasn't really shown much in the teasers.
Swordmaster looks pretty different. Wave a little bit. Arrow not so
We're gonna
much.
go ahead and talk about
A little
some of the
bit.
new additions that were made with these skills and uniforms. But there's a little bit of these ones are a little bit different, which in this case I'm actually going to talk about the dev notes first before diving into these characters' skills. So for starters, this is Wave. This is Arrow. This is her classic uniform.
Arrow, buddy.
That's
She has a
right.
nice,
We've
refreshing new look.
seen her before in a few different iterations.
I do
Arrow
like
is an
the,
agent of Atlas who can sense, generate, and control
outfit
the
there.
wind with the power of a hurricane, which you will see very soon.
That's right. Do you remember what her name is?
I think it's Leyland.
I think you beat me too. You probably pronounced it better than I was going to pronounce it. But yeah, I think it's Lei Ling. Lei Ling, I believe, is the name. Or you probably have the name in front of you and get that.
I
one
do
better
not
than
have
I
the
do.
name in front
You
of
do
me.
not have the
I'm
name in
very lucky I answered the question.
So for those of you in the comments who
On
know
my
her actual
own.
name, go ahead and put it in the comments and correct us. So as far, like I said, I'm going to go into the dev notes first. And as for the dev notes, this uniform makes it easier to utilize skill 3. The dash motion, which is used in skill 3, has been removed and can also be cancelled quicker. Secondly, the attack per accumulated damage dealt from the effect in skill 3 has also been enhanced. The advancing motion becomes faster, which makes it more useful when combining with other skills. So to understand more about that, let's go ahead and actually see the skills in action. Yep, so we're going to go and take a look. So again, not many of her skills, the skills that have been given to her are actually more subtle for the stats effects, in addition to, so don't expect like completely new skills. These are more enhancements. So let's start. So skill, this is a whirlwind. This is an example of a skill that hasn't been changed, but we're going to move to skill 2, which is the arrow smash.
Nice.
So visually you can't see much, but these, as I mentioned, some of the subtle effects for this is that it increases the basic attack damage by up to 50% for a brief time. Take a look at skill number 2 again. All right, actually, that single guy has had enough. Let's move on to this group here for skill number 3, which is the Raging Wind. So for those of you who are Arrow fans, you'll notice that again, there's a difference in the animation here, as the advancement or the rush that she did, or the dash that she does, has actually been removed. Another big difference is that this attack heals.
Hopefully we can cancel her skills, get all the slinger and damage all at once. That'd be cool.
Move on to skill 4, which is a Wind Bomb. This attack applies super armor, increasing your basic defense, while at the same time granting you damage immunity. And this is the Death Tornado.
What a name. Huh? Accurate.
This skill doesn't have too much of a difference. But again, what makes the prime thing that makes these characters unique for this update is that these characters, as we mentioned earlier, have been given an awakened skill. So let's take a look at the Tornado Orb.
Whoa.
Right, all the
Hello,
agents
friends.
It's pretty cool.
Sorry, all the agents of Atlas join together to wipe out their foes. So again, there's as usual with these awakening skills, there is a long list of stats. So we'll go ahead and go list for this skill. We'll list the majority of the stats, and then we'll separate what makes each character's awakened skill a little bit more unique. I'm gonna go ahead and use this skill again. Again, this is the Tornado Orb.
Whoa.
Now this is the awakened skill. Each character, so what makes this skill unique is that each character in this particular skill causes paralysis while silencing their foes and decreasing your enemy's overall attack and defense, while increasing your critical rate and damage for a given certain percentage. But what differs for Arrow is that she has a 35% increase in dodge rate, while an additional 80% chance to penetrate your enemy's super armor and defenses and more.
All right.
And that does it for Arrow.
Very nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
Cool.
So you all in the comments can let us know how you feel about her new look, and also the new changes that come along with this.
The good thing about Arrow is,
Let's
like,
look at
the free to play are thinking to
uniform,
themselves, well, if I don't like her, it's all good.
What can you tell us about
You know, we
Swordmaster?
couldn't get her anyways.
Swordmaster. Well, he's a young man whose father and brother disappeared after confronting grave robbers. Swordmaster has a magical sword from his father that he uses as he searches for him while being pursued by demons. Fun fact, he has met Shang-Chi in his travels.
I do recall briefly reading that. That's right. So there's a little connection for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go ahead and read the developer notes for this one as well. So the cancel timing of skill 5 has been moved up, improving the damage cycle. With its uniform equipped,
that's good.
The defense decrease debuff.
Maybe make him a
added
little
to
easier to
skill 2.
play.
Using skill 2 frequently, which has a short cooldown, is effective. The invincibility will allow this. The invincibility and the all damage immunity effects for skill 5 will make this useful in PvP content. So let's take a look at these actual skills. Actually, we go ahead and actually mention some of the perks that come with this uniform. When wearing this particular uniform, when hit, there's a 100% chance to receive all damage immunity. And his passive tier 2 skill, strength from within, the super armor receives a higher defense buff along with his additional skill damage. So let's take a look. Remember, skill 1 is the chain slash, which does not receive any changes. Skill 2 is the thorough slice. which has the added effect of decreasing your foe's defense.
Hmm.
And of course, this little stat can actually be stacked. I just like using the skill. You can see he does an attack and then dashes through. That's always cool. Skill 3 is the first blade blow. Nothing too new with this one, so we're just going to go ahead and jump into skill 5.
Ooh.
Visually, there hasn't been too much of a change, but as far as the subtle changes, damage being, it grants 100% physical attack and it counts more easily canceled. So let's go ahead and jump into his new awakened skill, which is the Sky Slicer.
Oh no, arrow. Just kidding.
Wave jumps in as well.
All right.
So in addition to the other stats I mentioned earlier that were similar to arrows,
Swordmaster's got a really nice, like you see the rainbow aura around those guys, the pots. It looks pretty cool.
Notes here. Yeah, that's right.
He's got a nice little color scheme whenever he's attacking.
Arrow. The difference to Swordmaster skill is that he has a 50% chance to ignore your
The sword
defense,
details look
and
pretty good too.
A 50% additional additional buff for his next attack.
No Muay Thai Marvel characters.
Nice.
From his perspective.
As much as, that'd be cool, if we had some. As a guy that was a Muay Thai practitioner, that'd be pretty cool.
Right.
But I love all martial arts, so I'm down, no matter what.
Let's go ahead and move on to the next skill.
Very good, thank you.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next character for the Aegis of Atlas, which is Wave.
That's right.
Yeah, she's a new
In
green
a
look.
classic uniform.
What can you remind us about Wave?
Wave probably just gonna be a support
Well,
more than
she has always
likely.
had an affinity with the water and was a very strong swimmer. So she used her expertise in certain experiments done by a secretly
Little
nefarious company. She was exposed to mysterious energies while drenched in water, which gave her the ability to control water to her will.
Awesome. I believe we added Wave, I believe, was it the 80th anniversary, I believe, for Marvel. Was that correct?
That was the update before I started doing updates. So
it seems so long ago.
That's on you, Kate.
No, you got me there. Yeah, I vaguely recall. Yeah, making her. We briefly added her a while back. Yeah, so let's go ahead and go into talk into more about Wave herself. And part of the perks that come with this particular uniform is that her skill damage is increased by 15%, and her bonus damage receives an increase of 10%. She receives a change to her tier 2 skill, which is the Wrath of Waves, as damage to supervillain has increased from 40% to 50%. That's a little 10% buff there for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at her skills.
Yep.
I'm going to read the dev notes
people
first.
buy the uniform just for that, probably.
So with the effects of this new uniform, is that the number of summoned characters from skill 3.
I think so, Jackie. Yeah, I think so.
And the damage from skill 4 are increased.
These guys
Some
don't even
characters
play
from
the
skill
game; they
3
just talk
and the
about
lower
it,
ones
which
from
is fine
skill
with
4
me.
Can be canceled and combined with other skills. All right, let's take a look in action. So skill 1, the Barrel Slice, which adds.
Seeing players play the
Be
game
going.
that don't know how to play, it's just like,
Skill number 2, which is the Aqua Collar.
yeah. So just talk about it.
So
You'd
my
be
personal
better
note
off.
from what I've seen from skill 2, I believe players can correct me on this, but I believe what makes this skill visually different is that I believe it pushes enemies a tiny bit further than the original skill. Like I said, if you guys notice that when you guys test out the live build, let us know in the comments. Now, skill number 3 is what the main one of the highlights of this new uniform is that now, as opposed to 2 Hydra clones, there are 3 Hydra clones.
Okay, we got some more
I use
clones.
skill 5 there, but I'm going to use skill 3. And move on over here. Yeah, to do more damage, you can make use of those special clones.
There they are.
Move on to skill 4.
Mhm.
Remember skill 4 for this one. This is the Arrow Whirlpool, and this does a little bit more damage. Move on to skill 5. Smash of the 7 Seas, but I've received a note that nothing new has been used with this skill, so we're going to move on to her Awakened skill. This is Call of the Sea.
Nice name, Call of the Sea.
So most of her Awakened skill actually is similar to Swordmaster and Arrow, with the exception of she has the additional ability to increase her damage of her next attack by 50%.
Yeah, she got damage prop.
Very good.
Okay.
In this case, I use skill number 2. And there you have it for the Agents of Atlas.
Yeah, I got a
That's just for
feeling.
the character update.
I got a feeling that's what she's gonna be
Yeah,
relegated
that's
to.
for
Probably
the
just a support
characters,
more
the
than
new
anything.
characters, and the uniforms.
People will buy the
we
uniform to get a
have.
better
But there's
damage
more.
bonus against villains.
Oh yes, there is more. Show us, Cage. We have a legendary battle.
That's right. As you've seen in the patch notes, the legendary battle received an update based on the new film Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which we'll check
How's
out.
that
To
look?
access it, you're going to go to the main menu, go to challenge. As you can see, the legendary battle has been updated right here. And we're only going to give you a small teaser, so we're just going to check out the first stage.
And if you're like me and you haven't yet seen it, you won't be spoiled by this. Don't worry.
Yes, all the scenes here.
I would be quite upset.
Yes.
Yeah,
these
free
scenes are
judgment. I know,
influenced by
right?
the
It's
movie,
pretty dope.
but they're not
That's
actually the same.
awesome.
So just keep.
You gotta
that in mind.
take Shang-Chi's uniform to
So we're gonna
Mythic,
be
but
using Katie for this
I mean, you can get his
stage.
vials
Let's take a
easy
look.
enough in the game, so it's pretty awesome. I'm really happy
I'm
about
really
it.
looking forward to it.
I know I need a CTP of Judgment anyways.
Just a
I'm
tiny
down.
bit jealous that you've already seen it and you're looking the part, but you know what?
Give
I'm
that
happy
damn
for
thing
you,
to
my friend.
Mephisto.
I'm happy for you. I'm not jealous. I'm happy for you.
I'm happy it's
Yeah,
over.
yeah,
Other
Mephisto,
people
me
will
too,
enjoy
man.
when
That's
they
what
get
I
to see
want
the
it
film as
for.
well. In addition to that,
I don't like using rages, man. It's so
Great.
so give it a brief
inconsistent.
moment. Looks like it appears to be
Oh god, I hate
downloading.
that thing. Oh, inconsistent
Yeah,
on
you
him.
know, this isn't the final build. It's a separate build.
Hey, this is
Well,
what we
why don't you go ahead and-
experience
why
all
don't
the
you go ahead
time in
and
the
let us know
game
the
is
other questions
loading
up there and
phases.
fastest?
Yeah, I could do that.
This is what
All
we
right,
experience
So the other question we
all
had
the
was,
time.
what Shang-Chi update characters are you excited to use or upgrade?
Shang-Chi.
And let's see. Let me pull that up. Thomas Stewart says T3 buff is insane, though. He'll sweep no CTP, no supports with it. Mr. Means, I thought that said memes, but it doesn't. Wenwu is the best one.
Sorry, Kim, I'm going
Okay.
to put you on a brief hold for a brief moment. We haven't mentioned to my tech guy. Can you bring us to the? I'm going to go ahead and go off game and close this real quick and do a quick little reboot. Sorry about that, folks.
All right.
That's all right,
Bring
Cage.
me
You know,
into the
sometimes you have
center.
technical difficulties when you're dealing with Netmarble servers. It happens.
All right.
It's not happening.
We have Dario Lamberto. No?
Give me a brief.
You all right,
moment.
Cage?
Oh no, we're fine. Sorry, go ahead and continue.
Okay. Let's see. Dario Lamberto says, I'll transcend Wave for support for sure.
Yep.
Marian Robinson says, Wenwu skill 4 looks dope. What was the name of skill 4? I'm just checking my notes right now. That was Warlord's Threat, and I agree with you. I remember that. That was the bubble that traveled around with him. And it was quite threatening. I will agree. Luis Valdez says,
Oh yeah,
Katie,
Jackie, the laser phase
Smash
when you're
Gaming
lagging,
says
yeah, it
Shang-Chi,
sucks.
all
And
caps.
DRX,
That's
yeah,
how you know they're excited.
trash.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Game said a spoiler, and I'm not going to read it. Naked X says, Wenwu is so cool, followed by 3 sunglasses emojis.
Nice.
Let's see.
I hear a lot of good
Ramakrishna
things about
says
Wenwu from the movie.
Shang-Chi
Big
gonna
time.
kill PvP. I mean, get ready for
He
it.
With that
might be.
T3
He
David
no.
might.
Calderon
He
says
might.
Kim's cat should get T3.
I 100% agree.
My cat should not have T3. No, have you ever met a cat? Cats should not have that power. Everything would be destroyed in the world. You gotta have control, and I don't know if my cat has that.
Okay, let's go ahead. We'll go through
Santiago
let's go through
Pilar,
2 more responses,
Diet
and then
Fox says-
we're all set on our end. Also, so let's go through 2 more responses.
2 more?
We'll do 2
All
more.
right. Says Shang-Chi is the buff king. And I don't know if that means like he has buffs or like, he's buff.
Or both.
Could be either way, as far as I know.
Hmm.
Or both.
He looks
Why
pretty
not
buff.
And Thomas Stewart, our friend from Question 1, says Shang-Chi's about to be so meta. I didn't mean to read that so sarcastically, but there were a lot of O's in the so.
I'm sure you read it exactly as intended.
So,
So we have the build working
Okay.
again.
I think I sounded a little sarcastic.
I think it works. So we did manage to get
All
the
right,
build
let's get
working.
in there.
We're gonna jump straight in. All right, now let's watch the first episode or the first
All
stage.
right.
Again, we have Katie. We're active. Let's go.
Uh-oh.
Down to Midtown.
Got the
Manhattan.
bus scene.
Nice. I do like a cinematic.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Shang-Chi's still
bus.
looking
I know this from the
stylish.
trailer. Personally partial to that look.
They're showing some awesome skills. Who's waiting at the end there? Ooh.
Uh-oh. You're in trouble
I
now.
like how I love how it's just he elegantly just slowly sidesteps a bus. A bus.
You know, when your skills are that high, you do. That's just how you are.
Hey, look, Herb, looks like Katie's okay.
Okay, good, good.
Ooh, but you have Wen Wu. This man took down a bus.
Yeah, he's got the rings. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Interesting. Katie's gonna so in a fight with the devastating Wen Wu, Katie is the one that chooses to step up. Let's go.
That is
I'm actually
kind
gonna
of
use this as a
wacky.
Sometimes you just have the spirit. Even if it's maybe story-wise, you're not the most likely choice. Alright. Do you think you can handle this?
Oh, I got this. I'm actually gonna start using some of the little cheat notes the dev gave me by implementing the little
Girl
skill
can
combo that
run.
they taught me.
Oof. Oof.
Can move around a bit.
Don't get hit.
These guys are just beat me. Okay.
Ugh.
Terrible skills. I'm actually gonna start using them.
Just don't get hit. I mean, I say that like it's easy.
Are you for real?
Man.
Don't fail, please.
Man.
I did so good.
Man.
I was doing so
Better,
earlier,
Cage.
dude. I was
Cage
doing
is
better when I
choking,
was
guys.
testing
Cage
this
is
out. I don't
choking.
know why all of a sudden I'm just deciding to just.
No, don't get hit.
Oh, hang on. You know you know what? Well, okay, I do have a defense. My skill 2 isn't. My skills aren't working right now because he has ignore targeting.
I see.
How long is
So
he
how long
gonna
is he
sit
supposed to
there
be
and
doing
do this,
for? 'Cause I
man?
noticed my
Like, is
skills
this like
aren't-
an
You know what?
eternity or what?
And I'm not just saying that because I'm sucking right now. Yeah, you know
I
what?
don't know.
What
There
is
is a bit
going
of
on? I
a-
think we got a bit of a bug
You know
here.
what? I apologize.
This
It
is-
seems to be a
This is
bit-
gonna be the bug we're gonna get whenever we get
You
the
know
update.
Okay, so the skills are working again. Cool.
All right.
Skills are
Can you
working.
come back? Can you mount the comeback?
Yeah, so my skill buttons are
Timeline battle in
You
a
can actually
nutshell.
see on the
Oh, dear.
screen some of my. Okay. Well, we'll see. You know,
Alright.
maybe I can. Who knows? Who knows?
Dude, you like
Maybe I'm
I
doing
mean,
something.
yes.
No, unfortunately, this is a bit of a bug. We apologize for that, folks. I'm just gonna let him take me out.
Yeah.
And try it. No, I'm
Get
gonna
ready,
try it one
boys
more time
and girls.
See if
this is the
see
bug
if I
we're
can
gonna be
get
facing.
Hate to see it.
one more time. One more time.
We got a preview of the bug, a bug preview.
You gotta give the audience something to see. We don't want to show them.
We're gonna try it again.
Well, you know, it is what it is. Do your best.
All right, let's try this. Let's play this right.
You
Oh,
see
no.
the
Get the
like
bug.
the teal text
Counts arrows.
for instinct.
There, let's do this. Come on. Okay, all right, I think we're back. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Doing
yeah.
a-
I'm
looks like a
seeing,
good amount of extra
mixing up his
damage.
moves again.
Yeah.
That's good. Fortunately for everyone, you do not have the final build right now,
I do not. So,
as the game is in maintenance mode. So logically, this cannot be the right build.
Okay, we're doing far better. All right, so there you go. Oh, hang on. Cool. He's done. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's finish it. Let's finish it.
Redemption.
Let's charge up that attack. Boom. That's it. There you go.
All right, we got to win.
All right. Whoa.
No, all that hard work.
Oh. Oh no. Oh. Told you, too powerful. Oh, she's back.
Oh, and that's the end of the stage. So
She's laying
what
there on the
happens
ground,
next?
and all of a sudden
We
she
won't wait to
does
find
a
out.
big old
That is to
flip.
actually play the remaining
She's good to
stages,
go.
and the build goes live later tonight.
All right. Well, you have it set out for you,
That's right.
but there's one more thing for you.
Yeah, we got a new
to
game
show off
mode.
tonight, today, whatever time it is.
That's right. We have one more additional game mode to show. And let's take a look.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to move on to the challenge section here, and players will notice if you move a little bit more to the right, find a new game mode. That is the timeline survival game mode.
All right.
This sounds extremely fascinating to me, but I would love it if you could explain it.
This is a game-changing type of mode. So
All right.
one thing you'll notice is just this has more of a game board type of setup. Now, the general setup for those of you who also already read the patch notes is that you, the agent, have to fix the different anomalies taking place in the timeline. In order to do that, you have to take out the different supervillains that are wreaking havoc in said timeline. In this case, the timeline is taking place in the form of a game board. As you can see, there's a variety of different things to look up here. First to set up, you're going to create your roster using having at minimum 3 characters. On the top right, you'll see that the season ends in 16 days, usually around 2 weeks. And the for characters, you can take a look at your characters here. In this case, the characters have already been pre-made for me for this particular build, and I have 9 characters in this case. Survival effects, these are a different type of buffs that you're given over time by traversing the board, which we will do briefly. And in the bottom left-hand corner here,
we'll see what kind of rewards it gives. I don't know.
Temporal energy. This is the amount of it. This is the energy, or this provides me the move set, the amount of spaces I can move. Because each time I move,
it might give like
on a tile,
instinct effects.
that takes up energy. And of course, you look at the top left-hand corner, you see threat level 1. Of course, as the harder the game mode, the higher the threat level, the better the rewards, the more difficult the bosses and whatnot. And different tiles. Again, there's so many things to go over, but we're going to do this one at a time. So there's a landmark here. I'm going to go ahead and step on this, see what happens. For this landmark, survival effects can be selected here. So I'm going to go ahead and step on this landmark here.
All right, so you get 5 tries, it looks like.
Now this,
it looks like we got a 1 hour countdown from whenever you use one try.
Survival effects can provide you buffs or debuffs. In this case, I have the option to select a different buff. So let's see what we have here. We have increase for blast types.
So there's going to be some strategy involved in
damage
this.
Received from universal types, increased mutant race defense. I don't have any mutants in this current set, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and... I do have Wenwu. I'm just going to go ahead and actually select that buff.
Good choice.
I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next tile. And of course, you can see at the bottom left-hand corner for the temporal energy. Temporal energy can be refilled by either playing or it'll either recharge itself over time, or you may come up on a space and it may end up recharging your temporal energy.
Oh, okay.
So, all right, so I have the option now. I've moved on the game board. Should I move left or should I move right, Kim?
Left.
Left, sure thing. So right here we have a little battle going on for the reward, where we will be given a survival token, which we will go over later on. Let's go ahead and take a fight.
All right, this is what I was curious about. Is this like auto,
this is a Shang-Chi related
manual
update,
gameplay?
So
like what's going on here?
Shang-Chi themed related characters.
Yes.
And I did receive a nice little buff for Wenwu, so I'm going to go ahead and...
Okay, you're manually playing it.
For this particular one, battles can be done by using all 3.
Wow.
So,
wow.
The battle ended up quick because, again, this is a threat level 1. Therefore, all the battles are going to be easy for me. These characters have already been beefed up.
I was,
as you can see,
I thought he was doing a
that was
move,
a
but it was
massacre.
his final,
it was
victory.
a move, all right. It was a move that ended it all.
Complete and utter destruction.
Set, you'll notice that all 3 characters can fight at once.
2
Similar
seconds.
to-
Yeah, it's
to
gonna
the-
be like
similar to
Shadowland. You
Shadowlands.
control one
After
character.
I won, I
Yeah.
was given a reward. In this case, I was given tokens. These survival tokens can be used in the in-game shop or in the shop within this particular game mode, which I can use to buy other items and whatnot. So, as you can see, there's another tile that looks similar to the tile we just landed on, but it is a different color. It is a green color. Colors that represent the level of difficulty. So again, we completely wiped out a gray tile, which is for normal. Let's go ahead and check out a green tile, which stands for advanced. And you can see the villain info. We're going to face against Green Goblin, Scorpion, and Electro. Blast type characters have an advantage at this stage. Does that matter? Nope.
They're probably gonna slaughter it.
All right, let's do this.
All right.
I mean, this is like a different version of
Maybe that'll be more
Shadowland, actually.
challenging.
Didn't even have a chance to even use it, barely use the skill.
They weren't.
Shang-Chi just showing his power, man.
Again, 2 seconds.
I got myself
You're
another
too
token
strong.
there. Let's see if we can find a
Or maybe
different
it's
type of
Wenwu.
tile. I do see a purple tile later on down the line, and I have 2 spaces left. So let's go ahead and just take a look at this green tile here. Again, another fight in Midtown. I'm going to go ahead and use Agents of Atlas for this one.
Let's see if you can get something other than 2 seconds.
We got a 1.5 seconds. So there you go. There's improvement.
Oh boy.
Okay, not to fret. We still have one more space left, and as you can see, what makes us different is that we have a space on the left and we have a space on the right. We also have the ability to move all around, but there's a different one here, which is a shop. So just for the sake of time, we're just going to take a look at the shop. This is where you can buy useful items for battle. Items are all chosen randomly. So let's go ahead and just use our remaining move on that.
Shop.
And with this, we have the ability to take a look at different things available. But what doesn't help is that I cannot afford anything at the moment. So the reason being,
You're
if you
really
notice,
strong. You just can't afford
these kinds of
as you can see, these tokens are like
rewards
30,
are really
70,
just good for newer
30, 18,
players.
but I only have 4. But also, if you notice the tile I landed on, it was a purple color, meaning that the shop presented items of higher value. Hence, I would need more tokens over time. And yeah, so unfortunately for this portion of the show, I actually am out of temporal energy. And because of that, I'm just gonna have to wait over time. Or if I were to continue moving on,
I mean, it's every hour that you can use it,
on a tile that will
unless you
allow
get
me
some other form of
to,
getting temporal energy.
unlock more space.
I don't know. I really want to see the shop.
I was also currently given a note from my tech guy.
Oh,
that's right.
Looks
Okay,
like a note
that's
for me.
That's for Kim. Actually. I'll let you take care of that. But as far as real briefly regarding the timeline survival, again, in terms of the timeline survival, again, you can look at more details in the patch note itself. That is currently in the Marvel Future Fight.
Maybe
forum.
you can stack temporal
Anyway,
energy.
I myself personally excited. I like this as a new strategic way.
Pay
to
$900
just
to get
refresh,
temporal energy.
Refresh the style play of the game. So we look forward to seeing how far you guys get.
Sad to say it, but that wouldn't
what
surprise
the
me.
different team you guys choose. What are your guys' thoughts overall on this new game mode and more? Again,
I really wish we could see what's inside the shop, but I guess we will shortly, not too long now.
So we look forward to seeing what you
Once
guys
the
have to
update
say,
lands.
when the game goes live. And that does it.
All right, absolutely. Well, I guess it's time to wrap up then. We have gone over quite a few different things today. New characters, Katie and Wenwu. New uniform and tier 3 for Shang-Chi. New uniforms for Arrow and Swordmaster and Wave. We also have a new legendary battle and new timeline survival. And I guess that leaves one final thing, and that is your in-stream reward. You watch the stream, now you get rewarded for it. The coupon code that I am going to share with you today is Wenwu. The case does not matter. You can uppercase, lowercase. It just has to be Wenwu, WENWU.
Make sure you use
so
code.
you can enter that. And the validity period is now through 1 a.m. PDT. That is, after the maintenance period goes down, it should be 2 solid hours after that it is valid. So please be sure to enter your code during that time. There are 2 ways to do this. The original procedure for only Android, enter the coupon code in the coupon menu of the in-game setting menu, or the new procedure, if you're on iOS, is what you should do, which is enter the coupon code on the coupon registration webpage. There should be a URL for that posted very soon, either as a pinned comment or in the description. If you do not see it within a little while, I would refresh, and hopefully you will see it then. And good luck, agents. Thank you for joining us today, and we wish you well on your journey through V740, Shang-Chi, and the Legend of the Ten Rings, along with Agents of Atlas. I'm pretty excited for what's going on here. Cage, any parting words?
Just remember, the patch notes are currently live on the Marvel Future Fight forum. And of course, don't forget to check out Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings in theaters now. You'll enjoy both. We're sure you'll enjoy both the film.
If I wasn't on
and the
lockdown,
update
I would.
itself. Plenty of fun to be had all around. Agents, thank you again for joining us during this time. You guys be safe.
All right, thanks, guys.
Just have fun.
All right, take care. All right, guys.
Agents, till next time.
All right, guys. Well, that is all she wrote, man. So, it looks pretty good. I'm a little concerned about the new game mode. I'm not going to lie. Because, the fact that, you got to play it throughout the entire day. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I really wish we could have looked in the shop, but it won't be long before we can. And then we can make a better judgment call on the new game mode. The characters look pretty sweet, although I kind of worry about the Atlas characters. They might just, Wave will be probably a good support. Maybe the other two will just be, they're good characters, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And I hope you all enjoy the live stream. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody. Bye-bye.